Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video. My name is Rose and today I am showing you everything I'm eating in a day. I apologize if you can hear some birds. It's a beautiful day. What can I do, right? I've pretty much already got the day started a few hours ago. It is now almost 11 o'clock. I woke up at around 6 o'clock-ish. I tried to wake up at 5. That did not happen. If you guys have seen one of my previous videos recently, I did a week where I was waking up at 5 in the morning. Ever since then, I've been trying to continue that. But needless to say, it is not easy to wake up at 5 in the morning every single day, but I'm still getting used to it and I still want to continue it because I think it's actually very beneficial for me to wake up super early in the mornings. Yes. So this morning when I woke up, I actually, unfortunately, felt a little bit of a sore throat situation. You know, there was a little bit of, just something wrong with the throat. And this sounds kind of funny, but I thought, hey, this is kind of perfect timing because today's video is actually sponsored by Four Sigmatic. And if you haven't heard of Four Sigmatic, they are this company, a very unique company actually, and they make these mushroom drinks. That sounds really weird. They make these drinks that are infused with mushrooms, and these mushrooms are different kinds of mushrooms and they have different, I guess, properties in them that are really, really good for you and very healthy. So for instance, some of them will increase productivity, creativity, focus. Some of them will give you more energy. So I thought, hey, perfect timing for this because I need some goodness in my body. I need to put some nutrients and health into my body. It's kind of like a good time for me to actually be ingesting lots of this mushroom goodness into my body. Anyways, thank you to Four Sigmatic for sponsoring this video. They are giving you guys 15% off. If you guys are interested in any of the products mentioned, definitely check out the link down below for 15% off your first order. I already filmed the breakfast and everything I had this morning because I didn't want to film the intro when everyone is sleeping, you know what I'm saying? This did not look like this at 6 in the morning, you know what I'm saying? So let's roll the clip. Okay. The first thing I'm going to do is my favorite thing to do in the morning, which is to make myself a delicious cup of black coffee. And of course, I'm using the Four Sigmatic dark roast ground coffee with lion's mane and chaga mushrooms. Now, this not only will give you that caffeine boost, which I always need in the morning, but also the mushrooms will help support productivity, focus, and creativity. So it's really the perfect thing to drink in the morning. And let me tell you guys that this tastes nothing like a mushroom and it just tastes like a delicious cup of coffee. So this is probably my favorite product from them because I just love dark roast coffee. It's just so delicious. And because I was feeling a little under the weather, I decided that I wanted to give myself an extra boost by adding this Chaga mushroom elixir mix. So this is basically packed with antioxidant properties and will help protect your immune functions. So perfect thing that I needed. So I just first mixed that with some hot water to give it a little bit of a taste, and I did notice it had a very subtle taste, which I wouldn't say tastes like mushrooms, but it was more like herbal tea or like a drink, but it didn't have a strong taste. So when I mixed it in with my coffee, I couldn't taste it at all. So that is what I did. I just mixed that mushroom elixir mix with the coffee and I couldn't taste the mushroom elixir mix. I just tasted delicious black coffee. So I drank my coffee and I did some work before having breakfast a few hours later. So I had a bunch of leftovers and I needed to eat those leftovers because I don't like to waste food. So I'm just cutting up some slices of bread. So I bought this random German style bread. I don't know. It said it was German. I don't know why it's German, but they said it's German. It's very like tough. Is that a German stereotype? Sorry. Moving on. So yeah, I have this very healthy looking bread. Lots of like whole grains in there and stuff. So I sliced it and then I'm toasting it. Clearly it doesn't fit in my toaster. But this is my life. Welcome to my life. Here we go. We have burnt toast. That's great, but that's me. I always burn stuff. I just scrape off the burnt bits because, like I said, I don't like to waste food, and a little burnage Never hurt anybody, right? Yeah, so I just scraped off the burnt parts and, well, most of the burnt parts. And then I'm just going to spread some random things on toast. So I have some leftover tofu cheese that I made the other day. If you don't know, I am obsessed with this tofu cheese. It's super versatile. You can add it into lasagnas. You can add it into burgers, which is what I did in my previous video. And yeah, it's super easy to make. So I'll leave the link to the recipe in the description box below. I'm adding on top some alfalfa sprouts, which I love so much, and this goes so well together. And I'm also adding a few little bits of fresh basil because I am fancy, you know. And on the other toast, let's speak proper English. On the other piece of toast, I am adding some avocado. So I had like half an avocado just sitting in my fridge waiting to just die, and I thought I would save him. So yeah, I'm putting that on the other toast. Yes. And of course, we're gonna add a few pieces of fresh basil on top of that as well. And we're gonna crack some pepper because that just makes everything better. And I'm going to add a little bit of garlic salt, mainly on top of the avocado on toast to give it some flavor and goodness. And there you have it, guys. So there's my pretty big filling breakfast. We've got some avocado on toast, some tofu cheese on toast, alfalfa sprouts, fancy schmancy stuff, you know? Oji! Hi, Oji! Morning! Good morning, buddy! Oji, did you poo-poo? Oji, did you poo-poo? Did you poo-poo? Hey, buddy. I know you like me the best. I know, you're so cute. OG. To go with my breakfast, I decided to make myself a second drink, and I am using this mushroom matcha drink mix with lion's mane and ginger. And let me tell you guys, I did not think that ginger would go well with matcha, but this actually tasted really good, you guys. I really highly recommend this one, especially if you like matcha and ginger, because you get a subtle taste of both, and it was really yummy. And I'm using this really cool device. I don't even know what this is called. This must be like a foaming device, mixing device, who knows, but look how awesome it is. As you can see, it is foaming up my drink like a nice latte. It is mixing everything well together. I mean, it is so cool. Technology, folks, technology. And I'm also adding a tiny bit of almond milk to make it a little bit more creamy and milky and delicious. And it was super good, you guys. So there is my breakfast. OG. OG, you want some? For lunch, I am having this delicious vegan poke bowl from Savage Cafe, which is my vegan cafe that I own with my mother. This is so delicious. If you guys are ever in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, come by our cafe, have a meal, try out this poke bowl. This is definitely one of my favorite things. I say that about everything, but it's seriously so good. It's basically like a sushi rice bowl. There is rice underneath there. It's a sushi rice bowl with lots of fresh veggies, and we've got our vegan tuna made from tomatoes. We've got some seaweed, sesame seeds, we've got tofu, and topped with sriracha mayo. Everything is fully vegan. It is seriously so good. It is so good. So I'm having that for lunch. And let's have some fun and make another drink. We have the mushroom lemonade mix with charcoal and chaga. As you can see, that black color though, holy. So we're adding that to some cold water this time because we're making a lemonade drink, and I'm using that handy dandy, very cool device once again to mix the drink very well together. And I added some ice in there, and let me tell you guys, this was super delicious. It was a very refreshing refreshing glass of lemon juice, or lemonade. It's so good, you guys. I really recommend this, especially if you're looking for something like a refreshing drink. It's so good. Afternoon snack time. I am actually making myself an acai bowl. This is a new addition to the Savage Cafe menu. So as you can see, I'm adding some almond milk into a blender with lots of frozen fruit. So there's strawberries, mixed berries, pineapple, banana. Of course, there's also acai berry powder. There's also some protein powder, some dates to add some sweetness. And as you can see, this is the beautiful acai bowl, and it is so delicious. It's such a healthy afternoon snack. Lots of fruit, lots of delicious goodness, and you do not have to feel guilty about eating a delicious and healthy acai bowl. So that's my afternoon snack. And for dinner, I am making a Korean style pasta. Yes, I'm using a bunch of leftovers, and let's just see what we can make. So I'm heating up some oil on a pan, and I added some mushrooms. Once again, these were leftover mushrooms that I wanted to use up. And I learned that if you just kind of leave it on the pan like so, and let it kind of not burn, but let it kind of cook without moving it, it releases like the flavors and stuff better. I don't really know if it's true, but anyways, I'm putting some salt on them, and I'm just letting them cook on each side for a little bit before flipping them over. And as you can see, they're really nicely browned on each side. Oh my god, doesn't that look so good? Yes. And once the mushrooms have mostly cooked, I'm adding some minced garlic and some diced onion. And the onions were frozen, which is why I have to kind of break it up a little bit. So I'm just going to cook that a little bit and just kind of saute it all. And once that's cooked a little bit, I turn the heat down to a low heat, and I'm adding a little bit of pasta sauce. Again, I have this in my fridge, so I'm adding like 2 tablespoons of pasta sauce and 2 tablespoons of gochujang, which is Korean red chili pepper paste. That's going to give it the nice flavor and also give it that kick. It's quite spicy, so if you like spicy stuff, this is a must-have. I'm also adding some almond milk into the mixture, and I'm just going to mix it all together, as you can see here. And by the way, in the meantime, I'm also cooking my pasta, so you might want to do that while you are making the sauce if you are planning on making this. Now, to be honest, I probably could just add the pasta here and toss it, and everything would be great, and it would probably taste great, and everything would be perfect. But I wanted to make it a little bit thicker and a little bit creamier, so I thought I would add in some flour into the mixture. So I'm just adding a total of 1 tablespoon of flour, half a tablespoon at a time, and that's going to really quickly help thicken the sauce. And if you think the sauce is too thick, you can of course add more liquids like water or more almond milk, things like that. So that's how you create a nice and easy kind of thick and creamy sauce, if that's something that you want to do in the future. Yes. And here we are adding more stuff, because this is me and this is how I cook. I'm adding some vegan butter, people. Vegan butter and a little bit of nutritional yeast, because I just wanted to, add a little bit more and just make it more multi-dimensional, if you will, and make it more delicious and tasty and fatty. And I realized that I didn't really have a protein to add into the pasta. Like, I was kind of out of beans. I know, what kind of vegan am I? So instead, I'm actually just going to prepare some TVP, which is textured vegetable protein. All you have to do is just mix in some hot water with some TVP, and it will kind of soften, and it kind of becomes like the consistency of ground beef. So I just prepared that, and I'm just going to add it to the sauce. Now I put aside some of the sauce to save it for another time, which is why it looks like there's really not much sauce. And then we're gonna toss in the spaghetti. Yay! So So there's my spicy Korean style spaghetti with mushrooms and TBP. It's a really random concoction, but you guys know I love random things and cooking up some weird things. But this was actually really delicious, very flavorful, and so good. Seriously, you need to try gochujang. If you haven't tried Korean red chili pepper paste, aka gochujang, you have to try it, especially if you like spicy food. It's so good. It adds so much flavor and so much spice into your dishes. You can make so many things with it. As you can see, I just made a spaghetti using gochujang, so very versatile, very delicious. Alright, you guys, so that brings us to the very end of this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you enjoyed this what I ate in a day, give it a thumbs up, and of course, if you are new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe. And I do want to say a huge thank you to Four Sigmatic for sponsoring this video and making these awesome mushroom drinks. Super impressed. I definitely highly recommend them. Don't forget to check out Four Sigmatic and get 15% off your first order. And of course, I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!